joining us here on Talk of the Town. I'm Lisa Peters and I am your host, and we have a great show lined up for you today. I am super excited to meet our first guest, Roberta Nichol, who is an amazing singer, songwriter, and she's going to be performing, so I can't wait for that. But we also have Queen City Kinsman has their raffle. Jason Moser is going to be here, and Karen McNeil-Ma is here. She owns Young Minds, Inspiring Young Minds to Learn, and we're going to talk about supplementing school, online school, and what her store can offer you. And then we're going to take you out to drink water. So let's get started. Welcome to the show, Roberta.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. It's just a pleasure to be here.
Well, you know, it's funny because we have a mutual friend, Jamie Olson, who said we should meet.
Jamie.
And when I looked at your picture, I'm like, I know her. And you lived right near me. Our dogs met in dog training, like 17 years ago.
That you have a marvelous memory. Yes.
I remember you. Everybody remembers the dogs' names. It's like, oh, that's Gracie's mom.
Gracie's mom. Yes, isn't that the truth? Gracie's mom. Yeah, Gracie needed dog training. Gracie was a beagle, and we had no idea what we were doing when we bought a beagle. Yeah, and then I was suddenly on my own. My partner passed away, and this little stinker was a year old and just full of fire. She was a beagle.
Oh, a beagle.
She was a beagle.
Well, I think it's funny because I didn't know I was living beside such a rock star.
Oh, geez, rock star.
So when Jamie sent me a little bit about you, I looked you up. I'm looking at your bio, and I'm like, what? and I think just during
I've been so lucky.
Well, and COVID, you're really putting out some fun stuff.
I thought to myself that, like, what a weird time, hey?
Yeah.
You know, and I thought, why don't I just try and just sing some songs and put them out on Facebook? And for those people, like, I do have a once a month singing thing that I do at William Albert House in Emerald Park. Just the most beautiful people work there and live there. And, of course, I haven't been there in 5 months now, I think.
Yeah.
And I thought, and one of these women is on Facebook, and I thought, you know, if only for her, I am going to be singing some songs that maybe lift some spirits.
Yeah.
And it kind of went well, I think. People have been enjoying, and I've been enjoying, because you should never go too long without singing, because, you know.
Or smiling and being happy. And so you make us smile and be happy. I like to smile and be happy.
Yeah. I'm trying to do that.
Good. And so you have quite a career.
I have.
Where did it start? Because I know when I first heard, it was like you were Pemmican Pearl for the exhibition, which was rebranded, but the Queen City exhibition.
Right.
You were the it girl. You were Pemmican Pearl.
Well, and not only...
But there's so much more.
It was such a joy to do that. It was from 89 to 92, so the longest running.
Wow.
And it was just so much fun. But my first public singing was in church at 10, but then after grade 8 graduation, that's when Buffalo Days started, and you didn't have to audition. And so I was running around with a couple of friends, and we were singing on these open stages and doing that. And the next thing that comes along is the first Regina Folk Festival. So by that time, I'm in grade 10, and I did audition for that and got in. So I guess I was the first local woman to sing at the Regina Folk Festival, and it was the first one. And I sang at many more after that, and met the most beautiful, dearest musical friends that I still have to this day, Rob Bryant and Bob Evans, Jack Semple. I worked with them for many years. We still get together for brunches. The last one was January, unfortunately. But we have had long-distance gazebo coffee, and these people are like a second family.
Yeah. So you have been singing, and I remember, so when I first heard about you, I went on and I'm finding you were in a band, and you traveled across Western Canada or Canada?
Mostly Western Canada, and we only did about 2 gigs, really. We were singing in lounges. I did about 2 gigs, and our agent asked us if we wanted to back up the Allen sisters. Now, many, many years ago, they were a staple on the Tommy Hunter show. And we thought, wow, okay, yeah, let's do that. And from there, it moved to more things in the next, local CBC things, more folk festivals.
Wow.
And then suddenly, bang, CBC's Country West, where we had the privilege of meeting so many Canadian artists, one of them being 24-year-old Katie Lang. And, you know, Ian Tyson, Carol Baker,
Wow.
yeah, Sherry Elrick, like, oh my gosh, just such lucky people. And Jamie Olsen, Jamie Olsen, who dressed us up and made us pretty.
Way to go, Jamie Olsen. So for anybody watching, what were some of the bands because people I remember her. What were some of the bands? Were there different ones, or were you always named the same?
Well, we started out as a little jug band, and that was with Bob Evans and Georgina Betts. She was Betts then. She lives in Vancouver, Georgina Arnson, and still in music. And Bob Evans, Peter Sachin from Sachin Guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in a jug band called Everyday Dirt. So from there, that's when, through the Folk Guild, I met Rob Bryanton and Jack Semple. And from there, and Ray Bell, of course. Ray Bell, what am I saying here? I'm forgetting him. Ray Bell. And from there, we formed a dance band called Cloudburst. And we were together for a long time. But basically, Cloudburst morphed into adding a few extra people: Joan Spears, Larry McCormick, Richard Mortimer, and suddenly, poof, now we're the Country West Band. Oh wait, there's a whole pile of familiar people in there that look like Cloudburst. And you know, like so same bunch.
That's how it happens.
Bob came back, and like he'd been traveling and singing and stuff and playing, and Bob, yeah. So it's sort of this nucleus of, I guess, altogether maybe 8 or 9 of us, and we've stuck together like a bunch of bananas.
What
really.
a life. What an awesome life.
Yeah, like I say,
so
they're like
fun.
a second family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you moved quickly into, not quickly because we're going to run out of time, because I want to hear you sing. You moved into teaching. Or were you always teaching?
Well, I started out to be a teacher,
Okay.
and this is how I tell people. I went out for recess after about 2 years or 3 years and forgot to come back in. And then I resigned, and thank the Lord, back then, I was able to actually get back in. In fact, when I walked in to see if my 2-year certificate was even valid, I walked in, and the lady at the desk said, "Oh, look, it's Pimlick and Pearl." I said, "Yes, is this valid?" And 45 minutes later, I had a job again.
Oh.
And that would not happen these days. So I have had angels perched everywhere.
Well, you glow. How can you not have angels?
Well,
you're just the loveliest person.
Oh.
They just float around.
Well,
You're just
aren't you
happiness.
nice? Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
So,
thank you.
And it was funny because Jamie Olsen, again, we talked about her dressing you. She bragged about you, and your website is fabulous,
love
and
Jamie.
your bio is, and I hope people check you out, either your
Please.
bio or your YouTube. But I really wanted you to sing today.
Yes.
So you're going to sing for us. You brought your guitar.
I would be happy to, sure.
I love it. What are you going to sing for us?
Well, it started out being a song called On Turning 40, so I have used the same tune as I did on that one, and now it's called On Turning 60, and maybe in a few years I'll be writing On Turning 70. Excellent. And anyway, that's what it is. It's the pitfalls of turning 60 and also the humor in turning 60, because if you don't laugh, then you
might pee a little, but you got to laugh.
Yeah, you might pee a little, but
yeah,
exactly.
I've had kids. All right. Well, thank you so much for dropping in.
Thank you, Lisa.
And thanks for just taking your talents to Facebook and sharing them, because I think people, they need the happiness, and the people that can't, like William Booth, I think you said?
William Albert.
William Albert, they
House,
can't see you.
Yeah.
You've brought a little bit of happiness to them.
And it all started with Adeline. If you're watching, Adeline, hi, Adeline, love you, and love everybody else there.
Awesome. Well, we are now going to let you sing your song. Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you for having me here.
All right, well, here we go. Roberta Nichol is going to sing her song, and I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait, because I'm smiling already. So here we go. Please welcome back Roberta Nichol.
They say that 60 is the brand new 40. Do you think this could be true? Let's evaluate just what we're dealing with, and I'll get back to you. Seems to me there've been some changes, but I can't remember what. Give me a minute, let me think it over. Are you finding that it's getting awfully hot? Are you finding that it's getting awfully hot? You people at home should be singing that line at the end. Okay? What's this you say? You've got yourself a pension. Now you're rich. Hip, hip, hooray. Loving life. But in the words of Cohen, you ache in the places where you used to play. Hair gets coarser, hair gets whiter. Now you look like Einstein. Tame those locks and pacify those eyebrows. Squeeze into your Spanx and you will look just fine. Squeeze into your Spanx and with you look just fine. I didn't hear you. Try that again. Squeeze into your Spanx and you will look just fine. Perfect. Aching feet and nagging little bunions, fashion pain, it's all your fault. You'll find out your friendship with stilettos has come to a screeching halt. You've been smacked by gravity, your bosom's down around your knees. Here's a tip you may want to depend on. Just be really careful when you laugh or sneeze. Here we go. Just be really careful when you laugh or sneeze. So I say that 60 is the brand new 40. Attitude is everything. Always learning with a dash of wisdom. That's what 60 years can bring. Strong and sexy, zest and humor. Beauty shining, spread your light. Depth and substance with a trace of naughty. Don't you dare give up without a damn good fight. Big finish. Don't you dare give up without a damn good. Everybody, fight. A damn good fight.